Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy from Rebel Nutrition, and today's video is a very highly requested one. It's all about my tape-in hair extensions. So obviously right now I don't have them in. I actually got them out yesterday, and I didn't really plan that out super well because I probably should have did the video while they were still in, but I will overlay some footage right now of what they looked like when I had them in. So today's video is going to be all about the pros and cons of having tape-in hair extensions. But really quickly, what they are and how they differ from other types of hair extensions. And also, if you're a hair expert, let me know. I'm definitely not. But as far as I know, the tape-in ones last for about 6 weeks. You have to go to a hairstylist to have them put in, and they can put in like as many as you want to get to your desired thickness, and it's literally like tape. So they're using a small section of your hair and they're taping in the extensions, and then after 6 weeks pass, you have to actually go back, get them taken out, and then get them retaped so that they're closer up to your scalp. So the reason that I wanted to get extensions in the first place is because I have naturally pretty thin hair, and I've always been so envious of those girls on Pinterest that have the amazingly long, thick hair. So anyways, let's talk about the process of getting them in, because I got a lot of questions from you guys over on Instagram, which, by the way, if you're not following me over there already, come follow me. But you guys wanted to know how much it costs to get tape-in hair extensions, what the process to put them in was like, would I do it again, all that kind of stuff. So I am going to get into the pros and cons in just a second. But first, the process of getting them in. So it took about, I'd say maybe an hour and a half to get all of them in, which wasn't a horrible experience. I mean, most hair appointments take about that long anyways. So that part was fine. It didn't hurt to get them in. And I was immediately after I got them, I was like, oh my God, they look so, so good. I had the thick, voluminous hair that I've always wanted, and it looked amazing. So that would definitely be the first pro of getting tape-in hair extensions, is that while they're in for those 6 weeks, they look so good. And you can get different lengths. I think mine were 16 inches, so not the longest. You can get like 20 inches and longer, but I'm pretty short, so I wanted them to look still like somewhat natural. But anyways, that was definitely the #1 pro of the hair extensions. #2 pro is that obviously it gave me really thick hair. And having that much hair, which I've never been used to having my entire life, there was so much more I could do with it. So I could braid it, I could put it in like a low bun and it actually looked good, and I didn't look like some like colonial person with their hair slicked back. I don't know. If I do my hair like that now, it does not look good. But just so many more options of what you can do with your hair when you have that much hair. Another thing that I really loved about the extensions was that after you styled them, because they're so thick, you can actually hold that same style for up to a week. So I would actually go almost an entire week without washing my hair, which is like amazing for me because it takes a long time to do my hair, and especially with extensions, and that'll be one of the cons that I'll get to in a second, it does take a long time to style. But the pro was that when I did have it styled, it did last up to a week between washes. Now, the last pro is that, like, even if you don't really style your hair when you have extensions, like even when I was on like day 6 of my blowout, my hair still looked good. I could like put on a baseball hat and it still looked like a look. You know what I mean? Like L-E-W-K. People say that still. But it still looked good. So even though my roots were kind of greasy, I could like put on a baseball hat and the bottom of my hair was like this beautiful beachy wave that looked so good. So I definitely did love that. However, let's get into the cons, because that's probably what you want to know if you are somebody who's thinking about getting tape-in hair extensions. So my #1 con for the hair extensions is that they are really expensive. So obviously this is probably going to vary depending on where you live. I'm in LA, so I'm assuming they're probably the most expensive here, as they would be like pretty much anywhere. But they're really pricey for the fact that you only get to keep them in for 6 weeks before getting them retaped. So to break down the prices, the hair itself was actually like $500. And that's for the 16-inch hair that my stylist bought for me. If you were going to do the longer hair or more hair than I did, then it would actually be more expensive than that. So that's $500 for the hair. The good thing about that is if you wanted to get them retaped, you can reuse that same hair, I think up to 4 times. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that, but I believe you can use that same hair up to 4 times and get it retaped 4 times. Now, the installation, or actually putting that $500 hair in your hair, costs another $500. So it's really expensive, especially because it only lasts for 6 weeks. Now, after the 6 weeks have passed, you have to obviously get them retaped. So it was another, and again, this will probably vary depending on where you are, but it was another, I think, $150 to get them taken out. And then I obviously didn't get them put back in yet, but if I wanted to get them retaped again, I think it's another couple $100. And that would also include her washing the hair and reapplying the tape adhesive. So it's, you know, definitely an investment. I guess I won't say expensive. Maybe, I mean, that's different for everybody, but it's definitely an investment in your hair. And so you have to be really committed or like really want to do it. Okay, so the second con I would say is that the hair, once it's taped in, only lasts 6 weeks. So, I mean, I guess that's not a huge con. I'm not sure, you know, what people expect. I just was hoping that after all that process and for the price that it would be able to stay in there longer. But especially if your hair grows pretty fast, which mine does grow really fast, it was pretty noticeable within 6 weeks, like the growth that had come out. And I knew that I definitely was going to need to get them retaped like ASAP. Okay, so the third con to my tape-in extensions was that, oh my gosh, having this much hair, you guys, which like I said, I've never experienced in my life, it took forever to blow dry and style. So I would definitely have to give myself a good hour to, if I was going to, and maybe some of you guys are like, yeah, that's nothing. But I'm a very like low maintenance person for the most part, when not in life, but when it comes to my beauty routine. Like I don't want to be spending more than 20 to 30 minutes getting ready. So the fact that I had to like carve out an hour of my day just to style my hair was kind of ridiculous. So that was a big con for me. But if you're somebody who like already spends that much time doing your hair anyways, then it might not be that big of a deal for you. But even though it took so long, it just looked so good when it was done. Okay, so the fourth con, and this was a big con for me, and I feel like it would be for anybody who is pretty athletic or trains a lot or anything like that, is that you can't really put your hair up into a bun or in a top knot or anything like that. Like you can't do like one of these situations. Oh, hopefully your hair looks better than that when you put it up. But because there are extensions that are taped in like right here, if you were to do that, you'd probably be able to see them. So really your only option if you wanted to wear your hair back is, what I did a lot was I would just clip like this top part so that you couldn't tell, or I would do like a low ponytail so that you couldn't see where the extensions were taped in. But again, for somebody like me who works out pretty much every day and I like my hair to be off my face, that was kind of a pain in the ass because the hair was like always hitting me or like flapping me in the face, and there's a lot of it. So it definitely did kind of annoy me during my workouts. So that definitely was a con for me. All right, and last but not least, drum roll please, the biggest con of having tape-in hair extensions. You guys ready for this? They were so itchy. I mean, so itchy. And they itched at first, like when I first got them in, they itched a little bit, but it was manageable. And then as the time went on, they just got itchier and itchier, and I don't know why really. I had some people say like maybe it was the glue, or there were a couple other suggestions. People on Instagram reached out to me and were like, you can soak the extensions in like apple cider vinegar beforehand or something. I don't know. So let me know in the comments if you know what to do to make your hair extensions less itchy. But they itched me so bad, and you guys, honestly, that might be the straw that broke the camel's back for me when it comes to extensions, because I'm very sensitive to fabrics and to things like on my skin. And so constantly being itching my head was like, I don't know if I could deal with that again. So those were the cons. Now I'm going to get into some of the questions that you guys had over on Instagram. You guys did have a couple of really good questions and things that I definitely would have wanted to know before I got my tape-in hair extensions. So question number 1 was, did you lose a lot of hair when they took them out? So it's kind of hard to give you a really accurate answer to this because After going from having the extensions in and feeling how thick that was to getting them out, I think because it's such a drastic difference from the extensions to my natural hair, it feels like I lost a lot of hair. However, I'm not sure if that's really true or if it's just that I was so used to having the extensions in that now my natural hair feels really thin. I mean, I definitely will say when she was taking them out, it didn't hurt, but there were a couple times when I felt like I was probably losing a few strands here and there. I don't know if it would have been enough to make a noticeable difference. I think it's just the fact that I was so used to having the extensions in, and now touching my hair, I'm like, what happened? Like, this is just like, I feel like I have like 3 strands right now. But having said that, I do think it is really important to make sure that the place that you're going or the person that you're going to is really careful when they're taking them out, because I could definitely see how somebody who is a little heavy-handed might rip your hair out. So be careful. Another question I got was, can you swim with them in? I personally am not really a swimmer. I didn't go into any pools or anything while I had them in. However, I probably wouldn't. I think, and let me know again if you guys are a hair expert. If I'm not sure if the chlorine like messes with your hair or what, but I could just imagine being in the water and dealing with the extensions. I think it would. I think it would be a mess, to be honest. I probably wouldn't do it, but who knows? You probably can. I'm just not sure. And the last but not least question, would I get my tape-in extensions back in? You guys, the honest truth at this moment in time is I probably wouldn't. I know that the hair that I bought that was quite pricey could be used another 3 times, but I honestly just don't know if the hassle is worth it for me. I loved the way that they looked, but the time involved getting them put in, the retaping, the heaviness, the itchiness, the lack of being able to put my hair up, all of those things kind of outweigh the benefits for me personally of how they looked. So maybe in the future if I had like a big event I was going to or something like that, but honestly what I did is I actually just purchased a halo hair extension, which I don't know if you guys have heard of these, you probably have, but they literally are like hair on this like clear halo thing that you put on your head, and it blends in really well and it gives you the look of extensions. However, you can take them in and out. So unlike the tape-in extensions where they're just stuck until you have them taken out by your stylist, the halo you can actually take in and out whenever you want. So that's going to be coming soon. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to make a video on that and you know, how it compares to the tape-in extensions. So hopefully that means I can get the same look as the tape-in extensions for a fraction of the price and way less hassle. And then when I get home at night and I'm doing my skincare routine, I can just pull my hair out and it'll be done with. So yes, anyways, if you guys like this video, if this was helpful for you, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to hit the subscribe button below so you never miss a video. And then also just let me know in the comments if you have any questions about extensions. Tell me if you are obsessed and you love your tape-in extensions, what I did wrong and why they itched me so bad, or how I can make the experience better next time. I would love to hear your guys' input. And also if there are any videos that you guys want me to make in the future, I am always happy to try new beauty routines, things like that. So I will be back again soon. Thanks again for watching, guys. Bye.